Mr. Rajendra Gogri, the CMD of Aarti Industries. Thanks so much, Mr. Gogri, for joining us today. Let's start off first with what was the impact of the lockdown on operations. I mean, of course, because of the lockdown, I'm sure you were not operating in full capacity. So what was the average capacity utilization? And now that, we've sort of eased in terms of the lockdown restrictions, where does that figure stand at now?
Yeah, for FY20, in the Q4 we had top line loss of about 9 to 10% in our specialty chemical business. So it's around 27 to 30 crore loss at EBITDA level. Whereas our pharmaceutical was running, so there was a fine impact there because of the restriction. Specialty chemical segment, we got the permission and we started ramping up the production from middle of April. So April we had about 50% production in specialty chemical segment, and currently we are operating in around 80% capacity utilization for chemical segment.
Right. Mr. Rajendra, a lot of people are also talking about, how India can, leverage this opportunity when the world is actually looking to, go ahead and de-risk itself from China or only one dependence on China. And chemical, of course, will be a sector. API, of course, will be a sector to focus on. You have expertise in both of these. Can you just tell us, how could India leverage upon this opportunity at this point of time?
Yeah, this in general, there has been a shift towards India in chemical business over the last few years because of various disruptions in China. And post this COVID, that sentiment has further increased, and definitely we'll see more demand of chemicals and even more multinational thinking of setting up manufacturing in India. So that will be further increased. And second thing is government also announcing increase of pharmaceutical manufacturing in India also. So that will benefit both API and pharma intermediates. So overall, I think this period will in general, benefit chemical industry from long-term demand point of view.
Right now, can you just tell us how is the world grappling with this? So you have a lot of international clients, you have a lot of exports. How are things happening? How are clients reacting if timely things cannot be completed or if you are not getting payments on time?
The payments in general were on time. Now, for the future orders, some of the sectors, they are asking more credit period. You see, basically, virtually the retail sales are down in West, in US and Europe because of the lockdown. So corresponding impact ultimately is going to go back towards chemicals. So that impact was expected. And as far as the demand is concerned, we have to see how things go forward.
Mr. Gogri, thanks so much for joining us, today and sharing with us what went by in the Q4, and more importantly, how does the sector stand to benefit with what we are seeing at this